All right, we're going to go through a routine today to help you feel grounded, strong, and also opened up. We'll do some stretching as well. Starting with an earth to sky squat, we're going to reach down as low as you feel comfortable towards the ground. If you can get into a deep squat, that's great. Inhale, you're going to reach all the way up to the sky, lifting up even a slight back bend here. Exhale, we reach for the ground, keeping the knees out to the side, the back straight, working with your body, modifying as needed. So we're going to also bring that sense of awareness, of mindfulness, adjusting as you need to. As you go down in that squat, see if you can keep your spine straight and long, even as you're hinging back. And then when you reach up, get an extension first and then bend through more of the upper back. Warming up the joints here, building strength in the hips and the knees, getting a nice stretch. Big breath in, reaching up. Exhale as you lower, reaching down towards the ground. Moving with the breath. Lifting up, reaching up. Intentionally moving slow here. That's going to be helpful to build the integrity in the joints, to create that sense of stability, groundedness. Nice reach. Hold this for a moment. Good. And then coming back to center. We're going to step wider here, at least 3 feet apart, more of a sumo style squat. And we're going to bend into the knees, resting your hands on the waist. You're going to shift your weight side to side. So similar to a side lunge, but we're going to keep the hips low. And once you've got the hang of that, we're going to add a little bit of a rotation twist with the upper spine. Hips go first, torso, head follows. Moving the body like a river, embracing the element of water. So it's up to you, whatever intensity that you'd like to flow through here. Obviously the lower is going to be a little bit more challenging. Feeling what your body needs today, just as important. If you want to work on a little bit more mobility, you can get a nice rotation twist at the end. Feel free to modify as needed. Energetically pulling the feet towards each other as you're doing this. So both feet are actively working. Feel like I'm pressing through one foot, pulling through the other as you move across to the side, embracing this flow. You should really start to feel that heat building up in the legs. We're simultaneously strengthening and opening up the inner thighs, opening up the hips, really important for hip mobility. Doing great here. Finding your center. Stay low. You got this. Inhale. Reach the hands out to the side. Sink low. A little bit more of a horse stance. Okay. Seeing how low you can comfortably sit here. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. You've got this. Finding your strength. Finding your stability. Finding your rootedness. Nicely done. Straighten the legs, reach the hands down. Forward fold here. Halfway lift, fingertips touching the ground. We're going to do some rotations here. Left arm rotating up to the sky. From this forward fold, exhale. Reaching down, inhale, right arm up. Getting that rotation from the mid-back. Exhaling on the way down. Moving with the breath here. Also just working with whatever range of motion you have. You might start to feel stretch through the inner thighs as well as you do this. Let's do one more on each side. Slowly coming back up. Staying in this wide leg stance, we're gonna bend the knees again, not all the way. Might need to come in just a little bit, and we're gonna do a side body stretch here, active side body stretch. So we're gonna lean over to the side, okay, doing a side bend, and then the opposite arm is gonna rest on the thigh, reaching. Okay, if it's too much for you, you can stay up a little bit higher. And then we inhale, coming to center, exhale, swooping over to the other side, reaching up and over, stretching the whole side body. You can play with this here. I invite you to move with the breath. You can sink in lower, keeping the hips low, maintaining a bit more of that sumo squat stance. Feel a nice stretch through the side of the back, the ribs, and through the shoulder. How is your breath? Do you feel that rootedness, that stability? It's like a little dance that we're having with the body. How often do we take time to explore all these different ranges of motion? Seeing what our body is capable. Simultaneously, we're building the strength with our base, with our legs, and then opening up through the upper body. Deep exhale. And inhale. There you go. And coming back to center, straightening the legs. Just give it a nice little shake again. Feeling a theme here, really getting those legs going. I'm going to do this next one at a slight angle. We're going to come into a split stance, not too long, okay? Finding a comfortable position where you can bend into both knees simultaneously, okay? We're going to incorporate some breathing with it too. So inhale, we're going to reach up. Exhale, sinking down into your lunge, okay? So here we go, sinking down, and inhale. Exhale, lower. You get it. Here we go. Pumping the arms, moving the breath. Feeling that burn, feeling the strength. Two more. Nicely done. Taking a little breather there. Might feel a little bit lightheaded. That's totally normal. We're bringing a lot of oxygen into the body. We're going to go ahead and switch sides here. Split stance. Make sure your feet are wide enough so that you have your stability and your balance. Now, also as you're bending down and lunging forward, it's okay for your knee to come a little bit forward. But the idea here is we're mainly focusing on coming down and up. Okay, so lowering and reaching up. Here we go. There we go, building the fire, building the heat, getting the breath moving. Three more. Good, and then shaking it out. Well done. Coming down into a plank position. Breathing here. Push-up position. finding your rootedness, finding your stability. Let's bring one heel up at a time. Counterbalancing here. Seeing if you can keep a nice flat back. Coming down to your knees, staying in the push-up plank position. We're going to lower, slowly keeping the shoulders away from the ear, about halfway. Press back up. Lower for 3, 2, 1. Press back up. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Lift. Coming down for 3 seconds. Pressing up for 1. Okay, if you feel confident in doing the full push-up, go for it. Meet yourself where you're at. And maybe you're not even going down halfway. Seeing what you can accomplish right now. 3, 2, 1. Press up. 2 more. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Press up. 1 more. 3, 2, 1. This time pressing up into a back bend, cobra style back bend. If this is too much, you just lower down onto the elbows. So either works. I'll demonstrate both. And you're going to look over the right shoulder, look over the left shoulder, alternating, and simultaneously doing a little bit of a rocking, right? So again, you can do this from the elbows or from the hands. And then we press up into a downward facing dog, A-frame position. Let's pedal it out. Shake out the head. Three more deep breaths here. Right leg up to the sky. Reach it long. And then step the right foot through into a low lunge. Reach the arms up. Overhead. Take a breath here. And another. Right arm comes down. Left arm reaches up and overhead. Getting a nice side body twist. And then left arm comes back down. We're gonna step back into a plank. Holding this for a moment. You can take a full vinyasa or come down to the knees, slight back bend, and then hips up into your downward facing dog. And now we're gonna lift the left leg up to the sky. And then step the left leg through into your lunge, lifting the hands up. Taking a few breaths here. And then we're gonna lift and reach. The right arm is gonna reach up and doing a little side bend here. And you can feel free to experiment with the angle and everything. And then the hands come back down into a push-up position. Knees can lower down, all the way down, and then inhale, take a backward bend. And then hips up. Breathe here. And then we're going to take a few moments to walk the feet towards the hands and then sink into your squat position. Maybe shifting the weight side to side. And then similar to what we did in that forward fold, rotating one arm up to the sky and back down, moving with the breath. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, coming on down. Inhale, reaching on up. Exhale, coming on down. I find this one really helpful to open up the hips, open up the back. Inhale, coming on up to standing. Let's give the body a little shake, bouncing on the heels, shaking out the shoulders, wrists. Take a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Doing great here. Letting go of the stress. This is what we do. We shake it out, release it out, bring more energy into the body by letting go of the tension. Really shake it out here. And let it go. You're doing great. Coming to a pause, just noticing how you feel for a second. We're gonna do another position that's gonna help really open up the shoulders, get a little back bend going. So you're gonna start in a reverse, actually seated position, hands behind you, legs in front, and you're gonna press up into your floating tabletop, or reverse tabletop rather. So maybe you're just here for today, or maybe you're just in a bridge on the shoulders. But if you have the strength, you're gonna lift one arm up and press up as high as you can. And then see if you can bend slightly backward and look over. And then exhale, come down, switch arms, press up, inhale, reaching up, stretching up, and looking behind you. Exhaling, lowering. So this exercise is also called a crab reach. So starting from a crab position, reaching up and overhead, bringing quite a bit of an extension to the upper back. Again, working with whatever range of motion that you have. So maybe you're just here. Maybe you're just staying in the crab and lifting your hips up. Options for everyone. Let's do one more on each side here. Getting a nice hold at the top for a few seconds. Last one. Reaching up. Breathing here, holding for a few seconds. Nicely done. And then we're gonna shift into hands and knees. Push-up plank position. Finishing with a little bit of core, tapping the shoulders, keeping the hips square. Finding your strength, your stability. So as you do this, try to minimize the rotation through the hips. We're gonna go for 10 more seconds. Stay strong. 5 seconds. Good. Hips up. Stretch it out. Shake out the head. Walk the feet towards the hands. So we're going to keep that forward fold here. Let the head be heavy. Slowly reach on up. Stretch up. Interlace the fingers. See if you can reach as high as you can here. Slight back bend. Exhale, hands come down. And then bring them to the heart center. Thanking yourself for showing up today. Hope you enjoyed this routine. and I'll see you on the next one.